Hello everyone, I'm Kylie from Theme Parks for Grown-Ups. I'm standing in Universal Orlando in the rest area where you can be mask-free. It's one of those designated places. And today we have some very fun things planned because I am here in Islands of Adventure, one of the theme parks in Universal Orlando. I'm going to show you all the things that are appropriate or fun for adults to do here at Universal Orlando in Islands of Adventure. Got a lot of fun things to show you today. Of course, I'm standing in front of the iconic Incredible Hulk roller coaster. This is one of the most popular roller coasters in all the theme parks in Universal and at Disney World and a lot of different theme parks in Florida. So this is the #1 place. We're gonna go around the park. I'm gonna show you some things that are that you may like if you're going on an adult-only trip, or if you are looking for more things that are for teenagers, or for your, maybe just for your own likeness if you're bringing kids but want to do some fun things. Here goes the roller coaster. We're gonna start in Islands of Adventure. Another video will be coming up that is for Universal Studios Florida. It's coming back. And then the third video will be about City Walk, and those will come up soon. So you can follow along with those. Link in the description below for those other 3 videos once they're up and going. So let's get going. Now, before you get to the Hulk, when you come inside Islands of Adventure, you're gonna come down this alleyway here, well, pathway with a bunch of gift shops and stuff. Some good things to note when you're first coming in, since you'll probably be looking for breakfast or coffee. Starbucks is on your left-hand side just before the Hulk, right over here. You'll see the little Starbucks sign. It's usually pretty crowded in the morning, so just beware. They do take annual pass discounts, which is nice, and you can get stars for your purchase. You can't redeem stars if you have the Starbucks app, if my Starbucks lover know what I'm talking about. But it's right over here if you want your coffee in the morning. On the other side is the Croissant Moon Bakery, which is some light pastries and coffee and tea sandwiches. If you need some breakfast in the morning, they open, ooh, it's so loud. They open fairly early. It looks like they open when the park opens, which is great. And then they close early. So today they're open from 8 to 1:30. And then let me point out one more place for you, and this isn't necessarily for breakfast, but this is just any time. The Confisco Grill is actually really good. They just revamped their menu, so now they have things like banh mi sandwiches and penne alla vodka and short ribs, roasted chicken. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on here, and it's a great place to eat. If you're looking for a sit-down restaurant, it's kind of unnoticeable and people kind of pass it up quite a bit. But I recommend it if you're looking for somewhere to eat for lunch or dinner. The other place, third place, if you're looking for a drink, go to the Backwater Bar, which is connected to the Confisco Grill. And this place you don't need a reservation or anything, you just walk in, and it's a bar. They have some TVs in there, they play some sports and other things going on, so it's kind of like your little back from reality. So here it is, here's the entrance, Backwater Bar. One of my favorite places to go. Lots of beer, cocktails, etc. Great place for adults to kind of sit and relax. Another recognizable brand on your left is Cinnabon, which is right next to Starbucks. Another great place for breakfast. If you're not looking for something that's necessarily like a croissant, like Universal stuff, like this is another branded area. So like I said, the Incredible Hulk here, over here, the first thing you'll see on your left-hand side when coming into Universal Orlando is the Hop-In roller coaster that everybody loves. It has many upside-down loops, so if you're not a fan of upside-down loops, don't go on this roller coaster, basically. But it is one of the best for adults, teens, people who like thrill rides. There's one more over in Universal Studios Florida, but this is the best ride here at Universal, or at Islands of Adventures for now, until that little baby opens, which we'll get to. That is the new Jurassic Park roller coaster that will open in summer 2021, which we'll get a closer look at later. So let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, now the Hulk is screaming at me. Now we've made it to Marvel Superhero Island, and this is gonna be a great place for those of you who loved comic books as a kid. They're really working on the nostalgia factor here. So if you love Marvel now or did in the past, you might really like this area. So a lot of adults will really like this area because it harkens back to something when they were a kid, right? Like I said, there's the Hulk, and then we're gonna show one more ride, but behind me, this one's kind of unassuming. There's a cotton candy place right behind me. and they actually serve frozen rosé. So if you're looking for something that's cool and icy but also a little bit alcoholic, right behind me, that's where you'll find it. And there's a few more rides that we're gonna check out that are pretty good for adults, so let's take a look. This is Dr. Doom's Fear Fall, and it's basically like your normal drop ride, if you've ever been on a drop ride. So basically, this one kind of works reverse in the way that some other drop rides work. Some drop rides roll you up to the top, get you all the way to the top, and then drop you. This one does a launch, so it launches you all the way to the top, and then you kind of slowly drop back down, and hopefully we'll catch it when it goes up. Again, another good thrill ride for people to enjoy. I just saw some teenagers trying to like convince one person to go on it just now, because it does seem a little scary. It is a little scary, but it only lasts like a few seconds. It's like a 10-second ride, I swear. Let's see if we can find it. We'll watch it go up in a second. And that was that. That was pretty much it. So really the big thrill is at the beginning. It's waiting for the launch, and then after that it's kind of like, oh, that was cool. I really wouldn't wait more than 25-30 minutes for this ride just because it's so short, so watch the wait times for that one. Alright, the last ride in Marvel Superhero Islands is the Amazing Adventure of Spider-Man. And so this is a 3D ride. You sit in a vehicle and it takes you through each scene with your 3D glasses, and you're on an adventure with Spider-Man basically. Why this one is good for adults is because it's inspired by the cartoon and not the newer movies. And so if you like the cartoon in the 80s, etc., if you watch the comic books, you'll like this a lot more. So I think it's more adult-centric in that way, but also it is good for kids because they recognize Spider-Man in the newer movies too. Okay, now we're getting really nostalgic. We're going back even farther. So now we're in Toon Lagoon. This is where you can find a lot of things inspired by comic strips and comics way back in the day, before my time. I don't want to say way back in the day. It was before my generation though, personally. So there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily relate to, but an adult older than me might. So you'll see things from like Kathy, which I read as a kid in those comics, in the newspaper, things like that, but it's still a little bit before me. But so a lot of older adults will actually enjoy this area, even though it looks like it's meant for kids. Kids aren't going to recognize the characters and the references in it. Actually, adults are more likely to. We'll do a little walkthrough so you can see it. There's not really any rides for adults. They do have Dudley Do-Right's water ride. It's like a splashdown, like kind of like a Splash Mountain. It's a log ride. It's down right now, so I can't show it to you. They have walls all around it, but that is an intense water ride. You get very soaked, so if you want to get soaked, you would go on that one. They do have characters from comic strips and old cartoons that you might recognize. So like Fun is Olive Oil and Popeye over there waving to me, which are really cute. Sometimes I see Betty Boop out here, so you can take pictures with her. I do love that they have those characters come out, because where else are you going to find them? Alright, let's do a quick walkthrough. We have a Betty Boop store over here dedicated to all things Betty Boop. There's Kathy's Ice Cream, like I said, Comic Strip Cafe, and then some more stores, which you'll find that most of the stores have the same things in them, universal items. Here you'll find a lot of Betty Boop merchandise, which is kind of fun. Here's a fun fountain, you can get splashed in. Cute. And lots of photo ops. So they have these word bubbles. So great for Instagram. Stand underneath the word bubble, take your picture. Lots of water. You can get a little wet, cool down. It is really cute and fun in here. Blondies, sandwiches, a Popeye statue, because why not? I do like the music in here too, it's very lively. Over here is Wimpy's, like more sandwiches it looks like. Quick service restaurant. This is Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges. This is another super duper wet ride if you want to get soaked to the bone. You would ride this one right here. Bring your ponchos if you don't want to get wet. Here's some more cute atmosphere. Big bomb you can take a picture of. Another gift shop on your right. And then, yep, lots of Just merchandise, gift shops is basically what this area is. And then if you want to get a beer, there it is at the end. This is where the other ride, you would be able to see it, is over there, the other wet ride. You know, the one I mentioned before. I forgot what the name was. Anyway, Dudley Do Rights. That's what I was trying to say. Yes, that's where this water ride is. But you can't see it behind the walls. Alrighty, now we're gonna head into Skull Island, Reign of Kong, which is right behind me. Can't really see it, but we're gonna go ahead and ride that today so you can kind of see what it's like. I would advise not waiting more than an hour. Definitely not more than an hour for that ride. It's pretty cool. It's a simulator and it uses the 3D effects like most of the Universal rides do. I like it, but it's definitely not something you want to wait for a long time for. If you have an express pass, go ahead and use it. Otherwise, 20 to 30 minutes, because there are other things you can do around here, other things you might want to wait for. However, if you want to ride it, go ahead. After you see some of my clips, maybe you'll be like, hey, that looks pretty cool. We'd like that. I like it. It's fun. It's fine. I think you should definitely do it. On our way, on our journey. It's giving me a Jungle Cruise vibes with this radio station that's playing above us. Creepy. Excuse you, ma'am. Alrighty, kind of like Kilimanjaro Safari, they have these plexiglass little flimsy windows in between rows, and so you are kind of separated by that plexiglass with other travel groups, so they're able to kind of keep the capacity up. This all seems very normal, and like nothing is going to go wrong. Am I right? Everything's gonna be fine. Now we have ventured into Jurassic Park, and I wanted to show you one of my favorite places to come to eat, which is Thunder Falls Terrace. There's a couple reasons why I really like this place. One, they have a decent menu, so it's not just your standard like burgers and fries and whatnot. They have items like rib platters and chicken and rib combos, turkey legs, rotisserie chicken, rice bowls. So some different type of menu items that you might not find other places. And then also, I'll show you the second reason why I like it. Towards the back of the restaurant, so the restaurant is right here behind me. You'll go around a pathway on your right side, on the outside, and there are usually quite a few open tables here, and they're generally in the shade, so it's nice and cool, and you get to watch that happen while you eat, which is really fun. So don't get too close to the pathway up there. You'll see that there's a splash zone, and kids like to go up there. People like to go up there and get cooled down when it's really hot. So yeah, this is why I like Thunder Falls Terrace. Which brings me to the next one, the ride that many people will enjoy who are adults and grown-ups, is right here. It's called Jurassic Park River Adventure, and it sounds exactly like, it is exactly like it sounds, where you go through a few scenes having to do with Jurassic Park, and then you go down a big hill like this and get splashed. So again, bring your poncho. It's not quite as wet as the other rides that I've mentioned before, but you do get wet and you can get really wet, so just be aware of that. So they're actually doing some testing right now for the new Jurassic Park ride, which is really exciting. I wonder if they're going to do a launch. We're just going to hang out here for a second and see what happens. There it goes. Let's see if it'll come back around. Oh, cool. So they're testing the launch. It coming there and coming back. And there it is, Velocicoaster coming summer 2021. It's coming so soon. So this roller coaster is gonna have a huge launch, lots of inversions. It's gonna be, I think, the fastest in Florida, or 0 to whatever that means. It has a fast launch, it has a big launch. And it's gonna reach up to 70 miles per hour, I believe. This is the iconic entrance coming from Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Hogsmeade. You can see the famous arches from the movie, and then of course the movie soundtrack is playing to welcome you to Jurassic Park. Now we've made it to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This is adult friendly for a couple reasons, and that is mostly nostalgic reasons. My generation grew up in the books, and then generations after that grew up in the books. My parents' generation read the books to their children. A lot of people can identify with it. A lot of adults can really get into the Harry Potter thing. We all grew up on these movies, right? So the main rides that we are going to explore here. So the Forbidden Journey behind me is the castle ride, basically. We go through the castle. It's a 3D adventure. Older kids, teens, and adults will really enjoy that one. And then the other one is definitely adult friendly, is Hagrid's Motorbike Adventures, which I may not be able to show you necessarily, but it is the newest ride currently, and it's a great roller coaster. It's my favorite ride at Universal. Could be my favorite ride at any theme park, quite possibly. I love the effects, I love the launches, I love the drops. It's just a ton of fun, and it's very cool. Like the queue, the line to it is very neat. So yes, I highly recommend Hagrid's and also Forbidden Journey. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and go into a Hogwarts Castle, woohoo! But first, we're gonna put our stuff away in the new lockers, and then we will go on Forbidden Journey. Ah, I love that castle, don't you? Yes, let's go on a ride. So I haven't been on the express line yet for this ride, but I didn't realize that all 4 of the house members are on this side too, in the portrait room. That's pretty cool. So you have Helga Hufflepuff, and then Ravenclaw lady, forgot her name, but I'm sure Rowena.
Hagrid's lost.
That's her name.
Again. Yes.
And Salazar Slytherin.
You'll find that Helga. He always.
Sounds like yet another clear violation of the Warlocks Convention of 1709.
I bet Gryffindor is going to say something now.
But then again,
no.
With all these muggles running around,
Oh.
dragons, just what we need.
Jerk.
What a dreadful thing to say, Salazar.
That's right, Helga.
A few muggles might be just what the Slytherin team needs, judging from their most recent efforts.
Dang straight. I know what you're gonna say, I'm a Hufflepuff. And it's true. You're right, Sorting Hat, I am a Hufflepuff. Here we go.
Hermione did it. They're flying.
We are, we're
Keep up,
flying!
Mom.
Woo!
Oh, we lost.
Hello, Hogwarts.
Sorry about that. Those pages can be a bit dodgy.
Hi, Harry.
But we haven't lost anyone yet. Not this week, anyway.
Hi, Ron. Hagrid.
You lot, haven't seen a dragon, have you?
No. Don't dare. Don't you dare. No.
Where have you been? Snitch, follow me.
Go, Hufflepuff.
Showing off for your muggle admirers, Potter.
We never win anything. That's okay.
Dementors.
Please be nice. Dementors.
Your stowed belongings, lest you want them confiscated
Woohoo, we
by
made
Mr.
it.
Filch.
Fine. All right. We made it. Ooh, that's blurry. But we made it. We just got off of Forbidden Journey. Behind me, there's the castle. We were just in there. We were magical. A couple of words of advice, a couple of tips for that ride. When they say put your cell phone in the locker, they mean that, because it will probably fall out of your pocket. It basically goes upside down, like kind of tips you upside down. So make sure nothing is loose, because they will shake you upside down, basically. Now, once you get into the thick of Hogsmeade, this is where you're gonna find most of the crowds at Universal. It's a very tight area, and this is where everyone kind of convenes. And we have 3 broomsticks over there, which has some interesting food that you may enjoy. Beef pasties, pumpkin pasties, that sort of thing. More British-inspired, Harry Potter-inspired food. That's just over here. You can do a mobile order to let that line go a little faster for you. And then, of course, you need to try butterbeer. which there is a grab-and-go place right here in front of me, which you can see there's this red barrel in front, and there's a huge line behind it. These people are waiting for butterbeer, and you should definitely try it. However, I have a pro tip. Don't get your butterbeer here or at other outdoor carts. You should get it at, over here in Hogsmeade, you should get it at Hogshead Pub, which is right next to Three Broomsticks. Now usually you can enter it through this archway, which we're gonna walk around so I can show it to you. Usually this archway over here, right next to the public conveniences, the girls' bathroom, to the left of that is this archway, and it will lead you into Hogshead through the back, and it's usually not very busy at all, and there's also some tables back here. Right now it's blocked off. I don't know why, but I'm assuming it's maybe for the Velocicoaster, which I used to come back here and take a look at the Velocicoaster progress, but now you can't. Could be something like that. So now they have a second entrance, which still isn't too long. So this is the current line for Hogshead. They have it open right now, and you can go through this way, and it's really not that long. There's only a few people, and then it goes up to the bar. You can actually order alcohol here too, so pro tip for adults. Here's the Three Broomsticks menu for right now, and that's beef pasties and shepherd's pie and fish and chips, rotisserie chicken, and a great feast. It's good for adults because it's very interesting food. It's not necessarily something that children love. They do like it, but I think that's why it's adult friendly. And of course there's Hogsmeade Station, and so this is a great convenient way to get from park to park if you have a park to park ticket. So this will take you over to Universal Studios Florida. It's a little ride, and it has an experience. So you get to see Hogwarts on the train. There's some effects. It's very fun. Sometimes the line is very long though, especially now with social distancing, because they're only allowing one travel group per car. And so right now it's 65-minute wait. Today is a busy day though. But it is a fun one. It's a good one, especially if you want a convenient way to get over to the other side. And there's King Julian from Madagascar. Hello. So I forgot to mention that we are now in Lost Continent. That's where Poseidon's Fury is. And behind me is a great restaurant. It's Mythos Restaurant. People like it a lot. I like it a lot. They have more upscale menu items. I had a great pasta there once with gnocchi and bolognese sauce. It was delicious. I also had a great cappuccino there once. Love it. It's a little bit more upscale, a little bit more spendy than other places. It's a sit-down restaurant. They do have outdoor dining, which is nice. You get a nice little view. It's really nice inside, so it's a great like date atmosphere, a little quieter, a little more romantic. Great place for adults. Absolutely 100% Mythos Restaurant. Also behind Mythos is this really cool area that I love. There are a few different lookout spots that are always really quiet. Usually not too many people around. They did turn it into a smoking section, which I do not love because it used to not be that way. So kind of stinky, but you get a great view and you can take great pictures back here. You get to see Seuss Land here, and then Superhero Island on the other side, and the lake. It's really beautiful at night. Quiet, serene, romantic, beautiful. Love it. Taking the atmosphere back here. Just breathe. Alrighty, we've made it to the last land, and that is Seuss Landing behind me. And this is another land that looks like it's made for kids, but a lot of adults enjoy it more because we grew up on these books, and the generations before us grew up on Dr. Seuss books, and so it definitely hits that nostalgia factor right here in the heart for some people. Now there aren't too many rides here that are going to be like, wow, I really recommend that as an adult. I will, however, recommend the ride that's now going behind me right here. This is the Trolley Ride, and you get a fantastic view of the lake and Hulk and Superhero Island and all the things on this ride. Like, it goes out over the water and you can see a ton of stuff, and it's especially beautiful during a sunset or at night. Now we're just going to do a little walkthrough so you can just see all the cuteness that is Seuss Landing. It's pretty adorable. It's colorful, it's bright, great for kids, lots of photo ops. Adults love it too. And then here's the entrance over here. This is the High in the Sky Seuss Trolley Train Ride. Full name, that's where you would enter. The stage to the left is where they'll have like storytelling, characters come out,
Hi, buddy. Welcome. All right, friends, come on over. Our show's getting started in just a second.
Carousel. Circus McGurkus is really adorable inside, and it has inside seating, so it's good for air conditioning. So if you're looking for a little respite from the sun, that's a good place to go. On the right is the Carousel, which is adorable. It has all the different Dr. Seuss characters on a carousel. And then Cat in the Hat, that is a dark ride that takes you through scenes like Cat in the Hat. It's a storybook ride. And then One Fish, Two Fish is another, it's a kiddie ride, kind of like Dumbo. And it's kind of a game too, so you have to follow along with the instructions, which is fun. And that's about it for Seuss Landing. As far as interesting foods at Universal, green eggs and ham. This little quick service place here has some fun stuff. So the Who Hash is good. It's a great item to get for a little Instagram action. It comes with a Who Hash can, and it's, according to the menu, corned beef, onion, white cheese sauce, scallions, tater tots in a Who Hash can. And they also, yes, they do serve green eggs and ham, which is green eggs, diced ham, white cheese sauce over tater tots. Lots of tater tots items here. Actually, all of them are tater tots. And then they have like pizza tots. This is very like teenager food. But again, great for those Instagram stories. And the atmosphere is super cute. Look, there's little salt and pepper shakers. And then the light fixtures, the covers, are green eggs. So since we're at the Blackwater Bar, I figured we might as well go ahead and try a drink while we're here. And you can see the inside of the bar. Like I said, it's one of my favorite places, an Islands of Adventure. It's usually pretty chill, and they have outdoor seating if the indoor bar is too crowded, there's not enough seats. And I've had the rum runner before. It's a good cocktail, very tropical. We're gonna try something else today so we can compare it to that rum runner, or maybe give you another suggestion or not. So this will be fun. Just a little review of Backwater Bar. Backwater Bar, that's what I meant. This is what it looks like on the inside. Right now they don't have any tables to sit indoors because of physical distancing. It's kind of very tight, and so the capacity would be very low, honestly. So right now you have to sit outside, but in the future when things start opening up again, they'll probably put the tables back in here so you can sit indoors in the air conditioning. Don't mind me, just admiring this jalapeno margarita that looks so delicious and refreshing in front of the bar that I love. This is honestly just absolute perfection. Just this beautiful margarita, this beautiful day. Backwater Bar, Universal, I love you. So if you exit to your left, there's some outdoor seating for people who are eating at Confisco Grill and Backwater Bar. There's this like standing area and then some seats. We're gonna go somewhere a little bit more private, a little bit more quiet, and I'll show you where that is. It's sometimes not very crowded, so we'll go check it out. So I'm in this little cozy corner right in front of Croissant Moon Bakery. And this bakery closes early because it's mostly for breakfast foods. And then this area is still open, and there's usually not too many people sitting here, and it's usually very shady. So grab your drink from Backwater Bar and come over here if it's too busy. It's a nice place to drink coffee too in the morning. Okie dokie, I ordered the jalapeno margarita. We're gonna try it out. This is currently on the menu, could not be in the future, so make sure that you check the menu before you go in if you have your heart set on something like this. I decided to give it a try and give it a little review. This is made with Patron tequila and a Gran Gala liqueur, and then their house-made jalapeno lime juice, and then they have a few jalapenos in there for a little garnish. So, cheers! Oh, it's so good! I thought it wasn't going to be sweet, and I was a little worried. I was like, I don't want just like pure tequila tasting. I don't love tequila, but I like a good margarita if it's with something sweet. It's not too sweet. It's not like, whoa, that's really sugary. Tequila and the jalapeno definitely balances out a little bit. Try it again. Yeah, that's great. I love it. Not too strong. Could be stronger. They could pour a little heavier next time maybe. But it's a theme park, they don't generally do that. But I really, really like the lime juice, and I like the spiciness of the jalapeno. It's not super spicy, I can just kind of feel it on my lips a little bit, like that tingle, but not overwhelming. Yeah, I think it's a low-key Jalapeno Margarita. Yeah, it's not overpowering in any sense of the word. I could use a little stronger booze. Maybe even a little more kick of the jalapeno or something else, but it's good. It's a solid cocktail if you're in the mood for margs. Okay, now that we drank this, we are gonna probably head out. So, yes, that's probably what we're gonna do. Alrighty, that was our day at Islands of Adventure. Kind of walked around and showed you some things that might be adult friendly, and maybe you'll come down for an adults only trip at Universal at Islands of Adventure, or you'll find some things to do if you're a parent. Either way, I did create a little article that will be helpful for you if you were watching this and you're like, I can't remember everything that you just said. I wrote a bunch of those things in a huge article on my website, so you can find that link below. Just click on it, and then most of the things that I talked about today are in that link. So you can find out more information about going to Universal on an adults only trip, and what to do in Islands of Adventure, as well as what to do in Universal Studios Florida. That being said, the second video coming will be all about the second park, which is Universal Studios Florida, and what you can do on an adults only trip over there on that side of the theme park. So that will be coming very soon. It'll probably be uploaded immediately after this one because I'll be filming it really soon. As far as more things that you can look for preparing for your Universal trip, I have a sign up for my newsletter below, and when you sign up you'll get some more information about planning a trip to Universal Studios. So check out that link below and you'll have access to that. The third thing that I am offering is a very unique thing that is very unique to my website and what I do as a person in the business world. So I am actually a travel agent coach, and so I teach people who are big theme park fans how to make money planning vacations for others. And so if you think that that's you and you're interested in having a bit of a career change, something you can do from home and make a little bit of a side hustle, a little side cash, doing the things you love, look for my free course below too, how to start your career as a Disney travel planner. I call it that, but you can also plan Universal vacations if you're a big Universal fan too. So look for all those links below. I will see you in the following videos. More adventures to come, I am sure of it, and you will be sure of it too. Go ahead and subscribe for everything else that will come in the future. And yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a fun day today. Very low-key, very fun. Yes, until next time, I'll see you at the parks.